What's up, family? Oh man, we got some news. I'm not gonna be in here too long because I know that right now I'm actually preparing for Wednesday's show. Well, tomorrow's show at this point. Wanted some people to come in the room, see how people are feeling. Man, hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's good. Let's see if everybody's getting their notifications. I'm gonna give people a chance to get in the room. Thumbs up in the chat right now. Thumbs up so we can get some more people in here. I want to talk with the folks real quick. It's Mike D here, one half of A2HH Live. For the people who don't know, Nas is actually releasing Magic 2. What up, y'all? What up? We're gonna let people get in the room real quick, man, because I want to conversate with y'all real quick. Like I said, putting together tomorrow's show. Myself and Coop. Shout out to everybody in the room, man. Shout out to y'all. You guys are the reason that this is happening, by the way. The love that the fans have given to this whole run. We're getting even more and more great music from our greatest artists. You know what I'm saying? Much love to y'all, too, out there. Appreciate the love. Like I was saying before, putting things together for tomorrow's show. We usually put our shows together ahead of time, but when news like this comes about, obviously things get shifted around. Yesterday, it was no more than just, an individual post that people were speculating on. And, this morning it's become official. Friday, Nas is dropping Magic 2. 50 Cent has also confirmed it as well, and he's confirmed that he is on the album, which to me is an added factor. And we're going to discuss a lot of this more in length tomorrow. I'm pretty sure that tomorrow's show is going to largely be dedicated to Magic 2 and what to expect on Friday. And I think we should do one of those listening parties at midnight like we did for KD3, because that was a whole lot of fun. And it was great actually listening to these songs for the first time with a group full of you guys, you know what I'm saying? And for the people out there who aren't subscribed to According to Hip Hop, and you got friends that, you know what I'm saying, that are hip hop heads too, make sure they're subscribed to According to Hip Hop so they can be a part of this wonderful ride, because this has been an enjoyous ride. And, honestly, our hip hop conversations are fun to do. Me and Coop's back and forth and, analyzing the game and talking about music, but it's nothing like new music to be excited about, at least for me. Talking about the past and all that is great, but talking about new music and everybody experiencing new music at the same time and hearing this stuff at the same time for the first time, that's a beautiful thing. And I appreciate Hit-Boy and Nas and Hit-Boy for giving us the opportunity to really be able to come together on some real dope new music from one of our classic artists, you know what I'm saying? And just extending, his legacy further than we ever even dared to imagine just 4 years ago, you know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing. And, and I'm glad you guys have been a part of the whole ride as well, because, we built this shit from the underground up, you know what I'm saying? Everybody who's followed this page and subscribed to this page, you probably came across a video that you liked or discussions you liked or whatever. And, we did it one fan at a time. We really appreciate, especially the YouTube channel being where it is, because we did it one fan at a time. Brian over here saying they got 200 subs last week. Wow. See, numbers going up. Let's get the numbers up even more. Yes, Station Head is going to be the answer for this. But, man, seeing 50 Cent go out there and post this lets me know this is going to be a deal. I see Elliot Wilson out here trying to get an interview with Hit-Boy and Nas, and I think it's amazing because, just you guys saw it. People who've been following the page, when the first Magic came out, they ignored it. The mainstream media ignored it. We got here on these airwaves and we spoke about the first KD and how Rolling Stone slandered, said it was the most misogynist album of its decade. All the slander kept coming. We broke down the slander. We talked to people about it just to make sure we weren't tripping. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you guys are the reason why the tides have turned in the right direction, because hip hop wins at the end. And shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I mean, y'all got some suggestions on the direction you would like for tomorrow's show to go, because we're gonna be talking everything that we know so far about Magic and what we hope to see. We know that there is one feature on there now. We know the 50 Cent's on there. I love the cover. What do y'all think about the cover? I noticed too, even with KD3 and Magic as well. KD3, I feel like we didn't get an album cover this early. I feel like I got it Wednesday. I think Mass Appeal sent me the album cover that Wednesday, maybe. It's Tuesday, and we got Magic 2's cover. We got all of the lead ups to Magic 2 as well before that. So this is clearly going to be a special thing. I feel like the first Magic, that was more of a day or two notice, if anything. So yeah, I'm digging the album cover. I love the album covers actually for all of the albums that have been in this series. But this goes right along with it. I think the next thing that we're probably going to get is a track list. And hopefully, I know we got people out here who are listening to me right now. Hopefully we can get a track list before tomorrow's show. And make sure y'all tune in to tomorrow's show, Wednesday. Well, Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Coop and I will be talking about this. And we're going to be talking about a few other things if we need to, but we really could dedicate a whole show to, the projections of Magic 2. But hopefully, like I said, if we can get a track list, we'll have even more to talk about. So what I want to get to with these images, because like I said, I'm not going to be here too long. And like I said, appreciate everybody in the chat. And let me know any suggestions you guys have for tomorrow's show as well. And also, if you guys got businesses or whatnot and you want to promote on According to Hip Hop and on our podcast, I think we're at a place right now where we would love to be able to do that for local businesses, or businesses in general, or whatever it is. So, hit us up at info@accordingtohiphop.com for those promo opportunities as well. But what I want to get to on here, obviously we got a date from Nas. First thing I saw was Hit-Boy's comment with the wands and Hit-Boy saying, "It's that time." So one could speculate. I haven't had any conversations with Hit-Boy. I don't believe Coop has, or he hasn't shared that with me. One would assume that Hit-Boy and Nas are running it back. And mind you guys, like we said in yesterday's show, this is 5 albums in 3 years. And not just 5, I'm dialing it in albums. 5 really good quality albums. And some would say there may be some classics in here as well. I think time will tell on that. But I don't think that's a far-fetched idea. This is an incredible run for anybody even in the prime of their career. And to see someone who is nearly 30 years in the game doing this in hip-hop of all genres is unprecedented. You can't really even find anybody who did this in any other genre at this level of, at this season, I would say. Being in the game 25 plus years. Wow, we got a super chat in here. Dante Jedi with the super chat says, the A2HH listening party for KD3 was a moment. For real. Can't wait for the Magic 2 listening party. You know what? Let's do that, man. Let's bump this one up all the way to that next level. I think if we can do a listening party that Thursday night, probably around 11:30, we'll start it off. We'll do like we did last time, but now we got KD3 records to play in the pre-show. And then at midnight, we all sit there and listen to this together. Now, for the people who haven't used Station Head before, basically the way Station Head works is kind of like a radio station, right? But so you guys are able to download Station Head, follow According to Hip Hop on Station Head, and once you're logged in to the actual show itself, we'll all be listening to these songs for the first time together, and we'll have the chat just like we have here. So people are going to be able to interact with the show, with the music, and Coop and I will do a little bit of commentary after the records. So yes, it's gonna be a moment. I had a great time. That was like really the first time we used Station Head to that. Actually, I think it was the first time we ever used Station Head, period, when we used it for the KD3 listening party. But it was a great moment. We had some technical issues because, again, ain't nobody, used the program before. So, but we recovered, and it was a fun time. Everybody was listening to the records for the first time. We were blown away at what we heard from KD3 in that moment, and everybody was blown away together, which was an amazing thing. Jay Short with the Super Chat says, you think M may also be on that 50 track? The listening party on Station Head will be fire. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, Eminem already got into this series with the, the EPMD remix or EPMD 2. So I would hope this would just be 50 and Nas. I hope this is a Queens thing, because if M's on there, just based on what I've seen in the past, it's going to kind of dictate the beat. It's going to dictate production. M's probably going to get a beat change. It's going to dictate the mood. So I would rather get a Queens thing going with Nas and 50, because we really haven't heard them together, with them being at this level. Once 50 made that turn, we never really saw him and Nas kick it. So I would love it just being 50 and Nas. Just my personal opinion. Y'all not going to get me to slander Eminem today. We're having a good day. Clayton is asleep with the Super Chat, says, Magic was when I first tuned in. This is going to be special. It's going to be a special album, man. Hopsin for that real. Hopping for that real. All right. Yeah. We're going to do this, man. I think Thursday night, we're going to debut it. Now, we're still going to do our Monday show, and that's probably going to be when we're able to do the review, which I think is going to be great, because this is going to give me and Coop a whole weekend in addition to the listening party to actually listen to the effort and really, break it down. So, I mean, you guys are kind of in you're kind of up for a week of Magic talk if you're up for that. I think hip hop kind of needs it. We need I think hip hop kind of needs a jump start for 2023, especially if we're talking about Hip Hop 50. The releases have kind of been, we've had some cool stuff, but nothing that has really shook things up. I would say Killer Mike's Michael is probably the closest. But, yeah, we really need that in this year, and hoping for that feel. Oh, okay. Hold on. I said, oh, yeah. See, you know what? When you do hoping without a G, it looks like hopping. Yeah, okay. Hoping for that feel. Sorry about that. You got shorthand be killing me sometimes. CJ Kidd with the Super Chat says, you think that It Ain't Hard to Tell and the Hove exhibit was hinting at Jay being on Magic too. LOL. I mean, I would love to hear Jay on there. I would also love it if 50 is the only person on there too. I don't know. At this juncture, a Jay and Nas collab, it'd be cool, but we've heard them collab a lot. And I think from what I want from Jay-Z personally, as a Jay-Z fan, I want a Jay-Z effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, we getting these spot verses and stuff like Jay-Z's Andre 3000 or something, man. We need a full effort, man. And the fact that Nasir Jones, 28 some odd years into his career, has given us 5 albums in 3 years, that is insane. Yes, we got to do some polls too. Somebody said, remember that poll asking, do you buy or stream Nas albums? Yeah, we'll do that. I'll put that poll up on the community section of the YouTube channel or whatnot. I know we do a lot of polls, but I mean, for the most part, guys, the truth of the matter is most people are going to be streaming. I mean, that's just the way of the world at this point. Unless you're more so of a collector. I just bought a piece of Lauryn Hill vinyl the other day at Barnes & Noble. Shit was $31, man. You know what I'm saying? So most people are going to stream. It is what it is. CJ Kidd with the Super Chat says, Nas plus Jay-Z plus 50 on one track by Hit-Boy. Now, again, I don't want to add anybody else on this song with 50 Cent. I would love to hear a song with just 50 and Nas, because you think about, the bar work from both, the production choices from both, and you think about 50's hook game, and the song that they would be able to make together. I would rather it be a situation where it's one verse, a 150 verse, a Nas verse, and then maybe a verse where both of them are back and forth or something, as opposed to 150 verse, one Nas verse, and somebody else. Just my opinion, but we'll see. But yes, album's coming. It's official. It's gonna be this Friday. I just want to let you guys know what our program looks like, and tomorrow we're gonna be talking about everything Magic 2, everything we know leading up to this. And I think that this run, before we even hear the album or even speak on the album itself, I think this run might need to be properly broken down. Maybe that's what tomorrow's show should focus on. Maybe tomorrow's show needs to focus on this KD, KD2, KD3, and Magic run. And we need to talk about in detail possibly how special this is in itself. And so maybe that's where we can go tomorrow with our predictions and everything else. And so Thursday night, or leading into Friday, that midnight hour, we're going to do the listening party on Station Head. And Monday, we'll give it a full review on our noon show. So tomorrow, 6 o'clock, right here on this channel. And like I said, hit that like and subscribe so we can make sure that we have more and more people on this channel, because you guys have changed things. Coop and I, we just put on the microphones and we talk, and we have our conversations that we used to just have on the phone, but now we're having them with everybody else. But these conversations that we've had, and even for the most part, 10,000 subscribers and less, you guys are changing hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? You guys are changing the trajectory. Now these people who were ignoring this run, and you guys saw it, we talked about it, you know what I'm saying? These people can't ignore this shit anymore. You got the mainstream media who is out here blasting this album just like everybody else. I mean, just like we have been for the past 3 years, where, the other stuff was getting ignored. So you guys have changed this, and I believe, I don't have any inside information on that, but I believe the momentum of fans like this and conversating like this reaches the artists to the point where the artists feel inspired to continue. And so, yeah, you guys have done a great thing, and we really appreciate the love. The artists really appreciate the love. I just say, man, let's continue to bump these numbers up even more so we can continue to change the game in the proper way. Jay Short with the Super Chat says, Mike, you sound like you heard something already. I have not. I have not heard anything. But what I have heard is the previous efforts, and there's the previous efforts give you everything you need to know moving forward to know that, these guys are in a zone right now, and they're keeping it going. I didn't think we were even going to get this. The grassroots of hip-hop media have changed things. Those people in the mainstream hip-hop media, they're trying to tap into what we got here, and that's what you guys did. So we really appreciate that. But like I said, man, let's get these numbers up even more so that this listening party could be even more epic than the first one was. And the KD3 listening party was epic. We'll give you guys even more details on tomorrow's show. But let me know, even in our community section, if you want to, what you think, we should cover on tomorrow's show. But I'm thinking the proper way to kind of set this up for Thursday would more so be talking about the whole series, because we have limited information on the album currently. And hopefully we get a track list tomorrow. But even if we do get a track list tomorrow without any music, it's not going to give us too much to talk about Magic 2, just more so speculations. And even if they do release a track list, I don't think they're going to release the feature list by tomorrow. So I think that the way tomorrow might need to go, we might need to talk about the full series, because it's a whole lot to talk about. And the fact that you got 4 albums in 3 years. And by Friday, it's going to be 5 albums in 3 years. That's a lot to talk about. Kevin Fitzpatrick with the Super Chat says, Nas is running up the score at this point. He really is. And honestly, man, he's running up the score not for himself, because he's already number one at this point. You can't really refute anything else, you know. He's doing this for the fans at this point. Touring with Wu-Tang, like, he's doing this for y'all. He's doing this for us, because I'm a super fan too. And Roll Holmes with the Super Chat says, I'm in the record stores. Nas vinyl is and has been flying off the shelves. Physical media is back. $30 is fast food. Support your favorite artist. I'm with that. I think that those of us who come from an era where you do know what it's like to go into a record shop and actually shop, we're more inclined to do that and, you know, enjoy it. I mean, like I said, I did it this weekend. I try to do it like once a month. But there is also a generation that doesn't even know what that feels like. There's also a generation that has never stepped foot into a record store to hear their music. And I think that they're going to account for a lot. And I think that's why, you know, streaming is probably going to be the chief way. But I'll still put the poll out there and see what it's like. The other thing I was going to say before we dip out of here is, yeah, man, like I said, appreciate it. And this is going to be an epic station head. I think this is going to even supersede the first one. So this is great stuff. Awesome news to wake up to, or not really wake up to. I've been up, but awesome news to get down the pipeline early in the day and early in the week, because, man, tomorrow's show is going to be epic. I think the other thing that me and Coop need to talk about is this whole singles, albums thing. You know, we both come from an album era, and me, even as an artist, when I was, you know, trying to come up as an artist, the whole goal was to make great albums. And my producer at the time was telling me, man, things are moving in a singles direction, and I didn't want to hear it. But the truth of the matter is, I think that in this era, we do have weaker albums, and we're seeing that even in this year, because most people who are super active didn't come from an album making era. And I want to know from an all-time level, how do we judge that? And do we put that in consideration? Jay Short with the Super Chat says, I think if Magic 2 is what I think it's going to be, we will have to separate the Katy and Magic series stylistically different. That's true. And also at that point, do we look for a Magic 3? I don't know. I mean, these are things I don't have the answer to, but I hope that you guys are going to be tuning in with us tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We're going to break down all this stuff. We're going to talk about all these concerns. And yes, Station Head is free. I do want to be fully transparent. For you to be able to hear the music on Station Head, you do have to have some sort of subscription to a streaming platform, whether that be Spotify or Apple Music. I don't know if it syncs up with Tidal yet. Maybe they've changed that in the update. I'll look at that and see if, you know, I'll have some information on that tomorrow. But yes, if you don't have one of those streaming platforms, you can sign up for a free trial or whatever, just so you can hear and be a part of the Station Head. So Station Head is an app. Just download the app Station Head. Look for According to Hip Hop on there. According, the number 2, Hip Hop. We'll put the links out there. It's going to be a great time. We're going to party on Thursday night, or at midnight rather. And yeah, man, tomorrow we're gonna talk about this at 6 o'clock. Hope y'all are in the room with us. We really appreciate this. And like I said, tell a friend to tell a friend, subscribe to According to Hip Hop, so we can continue changing hip hop, man. I'm looking forward to speaking with y'all tomorrow. And like I said, hit us in the community section if y'all have any other concerns. Y'all have a wonderful day.